Alright, so here I am doing some mountain climbing. This is the Coliseum Mountain trail. It's about 15 kilometers, 850 meter elevation. So I'm going, it's plus 12 degrees. I wear my heavy jacket, and that was a big mistake. So, little mental note and tip for next time. And I wanted to have a bag of different clothes options, like jackets and different things, because like here I am climbing this trail. Did not count on it to be plus 12. I knew it was going to be above zero, but this is pretty warm. So a lighter jacket would have been nice. Anyway, it's still good. It's a little windy, so it's not bad. Okay, so another little note to myself when I'm going through this. These trekking poles. I'm not a trekking pole fan per se, but I can see where they actually would really help, especially going down hills and these slippery paths. And so obviously, yeah, when I get into the higher elevation here, I know they're going to come in handy as well. Probably what I normally would do and keep them on my backpack until I'm ready to use them. But that means taking the backpack off, getting them out, getting them ready to go. But that's the other thing. Man, am I getting warm. And I definitely wore the wrong jacket. Here's some of the trail, the lower portion of the journey. Not too bad yet, but I know we're going to get into some steeper elevation climbs, and there's no snow. I mean, just a little bit of snow, not bad, which surprised me, because when I was driving up there was tons of snow in the mountains, and I was like, oh my god, I should have brought my snowshoes, but so far so good. Alright, making some progress here. Lots of switchbacks on this trail, which is good. There are shortcuts straight up the hill, which you can see is probably the old trail. Yeah, but I have elected to do the switchbacks. A little bit more of a moderate climb, which is suits me just fine. You know, I probably am behind on my conditioning for sure, which who isn't, I guess. But definitely we'll have to start doing a little bit of running or something, I guess. Anyway, making some progress. All right, so this is mountain climbing now. So this is the Coliseum Mountain, and I just passed one guy, and I was following his tracks all the way in, and just passed him. He kind of told me where to go here. And there's a little bit of path left to do, but we'll do it. Still, I started late, but I'd like to get to that Coliseum Mountain, to the plateau there. Anyway, we're gonna see what happens. anyway, I'm approaching. The goal is to reach the summit. It's pretty windy up here. I got look at the elevation now, and the view. You look behind. It's pretty nice. You know, now I'm glad I wore this jacket. Like, holy cow, that would have been a pretty mistake to wear something here. Well, I wouldn't have continued. That's all. I would have had to turn around. It's following a guy's tracks up here, and there was a set of prints that I assumed were dog tracks, but I met him on the way down and he didn't have a dog with him, so I'm just gonna think maybe this might have been I don't think it's a cougar, but it might be a bobcat or something. Anyway, I haven't seen any other wildlife. Pretty nice up here, windy, just about there. Hey. Well, back into the trees on a ridge here. So I was able to put my hood back up, or down, I guess. I don't really like walking through the bush with that hood over my ears because it's just, you know, you're out here and in the wild, and I mean, this is nature. I'm not saying that I'm going to run across a cougar or something, but the possibility is there. And with the hood up, you know, at least here your peripheral vision, I can see kind of sideways to me, and I can keep checking over my shoulder with the hood. That's not possible, so I don't like that at all. But when I came across that ridge by the bowl, it was windy, man. I was like, wow. And then I was thinking about these tracks, like, I mean, I'm following somebody's tracks in here, probably from the weekend, and these prints are right on top. Now I'm gonna say it's somebody's dog because it's, but you know, like, I know what cougar tracks look like, and these are like, they're more rounder. That's possible. I'm not too worried about it anyway, but I just gotta get to the summit. I brought a beer all the way up. Oh yeah, here's some scat. It's hard to say. Looks pretty rich, like dog foodish. I'm gonna get to the summit. I brought a beer all the way up here and a sandwich. That's gonna be my treat, but I mean, it's gonna be windy. So, I don't know. All right. Well, I'm happy to report I made it to the summit. Here I am on Coliseum Mountain summit. But it's quite just over the edge over there. It's just roaring, like it sounds like a river or something. Anyway, I'm sure it's gonna bluster here too. My gloves. But here, so here's the 360 view. It's pretty nice. I'm up here way late. It's already 4 o'clock, so I've got ways to go down. But that's okay. Down is easier. I'll be okay. I'm gonna have a quick sandwich and my beer, and yeah, and then we're gonna start heading down. But I made it! Yeah! some steep spots on this trail. I'm sure that the mountain sheep made this part. I mean, it's lots of people walk this path, but yeah, it's just some pretty wild spots here. There's the summit, Coliseum Mountain summit. I was on top of it. I don't know, you can barely see that little pile of rocks on top. Yeah, it was a really cool hike so far. I really like this one. Okay, so I'm out of the bowl or the plateau, the summit, whatever it is, I guess you want to call it. I'm back into the trees and the switchbacks to go back down on my descent. Catching my breath, I was a little, not panicking there, but there's a storm front coming, and I was here way too late, and I didn't want to get caught in there in the dark for sure, which I knew I wouldn't. But you know, when you're going and the wind is blustering, and hold on, I got to step here. Oh. You know, the other thing too, I'll tell you that in a minute. The wind is blustering in that bowl, and you know, you're looking in the horizon, seeing a storm, and it's hard not to panic. You know, I'm along that goat trail, and it's dropped off on the one side, and it's a little, you get your anxiety gets going a little bit, and you got to be really strong-minded not to panic. So I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not any kind of climb that you would panic on, but yeah, it took a little bit. Just, you know, I'm not that experienced at this. You know, this is my only second climb that I've ever done. So, it was interesting anyway. It's fun. I liked it. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. You know what? Sometimes going down on the descent is just as hard as going up. My legs just start shaking and vibrating, especially the steep spots, because I don't know, you're coming down and trying to hold yourself back. You're using a whole different set of muscles, I guess. And man, oh man, you know, and then it's slippery. You're trying to not slip, keep your footing. It's taking a whole other set of muscles, a whole other kind of type of concentration. And it sounds stupid, but man, oh man, my legs are just shaking. I got a little ways to go, but the trail's getting better. I'm into these long switchbacks now. It's more level. I'm losing my daylight, which, oh Lord. It's a well-defined trail here, and I do have some flashlights and my headwear lamp if I need. So anyway, shaky legs. Who knew? So the other thing that I noticed doing this in the wintertime, this winter hiking, backcountry hiking, you know, my knees got a little bit cold, and I didn't really notice it going up, because you know, you're like you're working your legs to go up. I don't know, I didn't feel it, but coming down, you're hyperextending almost as you're stepping down, and you're watching, because you got to get your ankles and so your knees are taking big impacts, and the cold really can feel it in my knees. I don't know what you do. Like, I guess I could have wore long underwear underneath here. Up in that ridge would have made a big difference, but when I was coming up until that ridge, I was sweating. So I don't know what the answer is there. Just kind of interesting anyway. All right, made it. Oh, I'll tell you what, those last couple kilometers were a little brutal, especially considering that it's just at dark now, and I was in the bush. I don't know if you could see, like, there's barely any light, and I was in the bush with this level of light. And you know what, like, that's my own fault. I got here late, and I should have got here a couple hours before I did. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. That's it's 14.3 kilometers and 813 meters elevation, total elevation gain. The summit, I believe the elevation is 2040 meters. So that's, like for me, that's a pretty good climb. That's not bad. And I had a lot of fun. And yeah, so that's Coliseum Mountain, Nordegg, Alberta. Thank you for showing me what you got. Maybe we'll see you again someday. Actually, I think we will.